can't explain how exciting this moment right here is for us. Every time never fails, and we've been coming here for years. Arriving at the entrance of Cades Cove Loop and looking forward to the day ahead never gets old. Even with the traffic from excited onlookers you probably keep hearing about, with the right mindset, a healthy love for seeing black bears in their natural habitat, and a desire to be surrounded in the beautiful world that God created, a trip here is exactly what you make of it. And we highly recommend making it a good one, no matter what.
I believe we're about to encounter our first Cades Cove bear jam.
Oh no, that was fast.
Oh yeah, there's our first bear. Just pulled into the cove, and out there in the distance is a black bear. So literally 3 minutes?
If that.
Yeah. You know you're off to a good start of the day at Cades Cove, or when you pull in and the very first thing you see is a bear. It's a good sign of how the day could turn out for you.
Before you head out on the loop, be sure to stop by the Cades Cove Campground store and pick up some cinnamon-flavored pecans.
So good.
You'll be glad you did.
How do they do that?
All right, goodbye, first bear. We hope to see all your relatives on the 11-mile loop. And as I've mentioned many times before, along a tree line or where there's a good deal of shade is always going to be a really good area to stake out a bear at.
If you're wondering the best time to see bears in Cades Cove, it would be between the hours of sunrise to about 10 or 11 a.m., and then dinner time for bears between 5 to 8 p.m. Of course, on this trip, that proved differently.
As many times as we've been here, like spent the whole day here, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and we've already seen a bear.
So there's proof right there, 2:19 p.m. and we saw a bear. So it's not like those are the only times, but they are well-known times to be able to see a hungry bear foraging for a meal, which they constantly do.
As you travel around the loop, any wildlife you come across gracefully treks in the foreground of a majestic mountain backdrop that is well known to soothe the soul if you just consciously hone in and allow it to.
And it's actually really good for the vision when you come on a partly cloudy day, kind of semi-overcast, because your vision can see a farther distance. So if we are able to see a bear, I'm sure we can see it pretty far out because you don't have the bright sun beating down. Yeah, and this right here is what, if you're researching Cades Cove, you're gonna hear about of waiting in traffic, but it really, the more you do this and the more we've done this through the years, you just begin to realize that it really is part of the experience. And if you're gonna waste your time coming around the park annoyed and aggravated, you're not gonna enjoy your experience as much. It really is about patience, even waiting for cars as well as waiting to see bears. You just gotta bring patience to Cades Cove. And it's not just black bears you'll see, you also see a black crow.
Hi.
And not the rock band. Hey, another black crow. One of the pitfalls of riding a bike around Cades Cove that you do need to be mindful of is you could have a bit of a issue with the bicycle. That man was trying to repair the spokes on his rental. But if you have it in your blood and you have even a little bit of patience and you're just extremely curious, then you'll go around this loop as many times as you need to, and eventually you will see a bear here.
Try not to make the mistake of spending your time at the cove stressed about the slow-moving traffic you'll encounter. Sooner or later, as you go around each time, you'll be the one center stage, spotting a bear or other wildlife. It's really what makes each trip around the loop exciting.
I mean, think about it. There's people who have never experienced seeing a bear, or there's photographers who want the perfect bear image. And even though, it's not polite, you could complain until you're blue in the face, and it probably won't change things much. People are going to stop. They're going to be excited. Since 2016, coming here a lot, you will eventually be the person that's in the front row seat of seeing a bear. And you more than likely might not think that well at that point if it's a good one. And you might just get out of your car and be the one that's creating the bear jam. But don't do that. That's definitely not something you should do. You should always pull over. Don't leave your car sitting in the middle of the road. But you are allowed to get excited. All right, and here is our second Cades Cove bear.
There's a bear following us,
And this one's definitely closer than our first one. You can see her pretty good, maybe 25 yards from the road. We should be able to get a good shot here coming up once we get past this tree. She looks like she's got a little hump on her back. Kind of looks like a grizzly hump. Everybody's going in to get their shot, create their memory. Alright, Sarah just said she sees another one, so that we have cubs in the tree. Mama below.
It's definitely a bear.
Alright, so we'll stop here and try to see if we can get a closer up look.
Okay, so there's 4 that we know about here, 2 big ones and 2 babies up in the tree.
So that's 1 when we entered. Mother bear, that's 2. 2 cubs, that's 4. And then 1 way out in the distance, which I tried to get the long lens out there to get a closer look, but we can see it out there foraging. So a total of 5 bears, and we're not even all the way through the loop yet. I don't even think we're halfway through the loop. All right, let's move onward. And people were definitely nice and respectful, pulled over. Everybody got their images, their video. Shown this before in other Cades Cove videos we've done, but right up here, not too much farther, is the area that we all came as a family to Cades Cove, and we saw our first ever bear here. You can see it, not this tree right here on your right, but the very next tree. That bear was right beside it. I'll slow down, I've got some cars behind me, but I'll slow down for a quick second. Was this tree right here, and it was literally right there beside it. And here's a quick clip.
Mike,
We definitely seen a bear now.
This is a clip of the very first time we ever saw a bear at Cades Cove, all the way back in 2016. Now, I'll admit, I probably administered a bear jam of my own doing due to our excitement, as well as a couple other novice bear watching mistakes. Go easy on me. But I will have to say, this clip is also a reminder to me of how exciting it is for a family to get to see a black bear in the wild for the first time.
Really cool memory. Bottled up and stored away. Right, Sarah?
Yeah.
Alright, so we just made it past the halfway point. Now we're looping back around. Now we're headed back through the more wooded area of Cades Cove Loop. Who knows, maybe we'll stumble upon yet another bear family. You never know. Coming up on the Shields family cabin. That's where we could take a mystery hike.
Do you want to?
shouldn't.
We'll go on a mystery hike with you.
Because there's a legend here in Cades Cove about Big Boy Brutus, biggest bear here in Cades Cove, known to wander around right at the peak of dawn. And then sometimes he rustles around right after lunchtime. And only a few people have got a glimpse of big old Brutus. Question is, can we find him? You ready to see Big Boy Brutus?
Did you ask them what his name was?
You just ruined my story. It's Big Boy Brutus.
I didn't know it.
I just
You knew the name.
No, I didn't know his name.
Oh.
I was just trying to come up with a good story so people could.
Oh, I thought that maybe you asked while we were in the Cades Cove store. And you
Did it sound good? Were you believing me?
Yeah, I was. That's why
But there is a bear here, and I've seen it in Cades Cove, like Facebook forums or Facebook groups, and this big male bear has a name. We've actually seen him one time with my daughter. I think it was 2017 or 2018. But they've given him a name, and that is actually why I wanted to come up here today. Well, number one, to let Sarah's been really wanting to come to Cades Cove, and number two, because I want to see if we can spot this fat black bear that has a name that I don't know it. That's why I just kind of renamed him Big Boy Brutus, which sounds actually kind of good. But he does have a name, and if you're in that Cades Cove, I think it's called Friends of Cades Cove. If you know the name of that bear, I know someone recently posted a picture. Let us know in the comments, and also email me your pictures of Big Boy Brutus, or whatever his name is, his nickname. We're not off the loop yet, so there's still hope. Remember, bears are not the only thing to be seen here at the Cove. Are you rolling video?
Yeah. Watch for snakes. Scott, you're not watching for snakes.
Out on the distance, we spotted a bear foraging in the field. It raised its head from about 100 yards out, quickly taking notice of me before tending to its late afternoon meal of grass, insects, berries, and squaw roots. Another bear could be seen further out on the hillside, much too far to get a clean shot. On the Cove, it's not only the humans that enjoy gazing out into the pristine broad valley enclosed by the luster of mountains and wilderness. Canines enjoy their time here too. Any trip to Cades Cove should be a memorable one. Visitors from all across the country can come here to experience incredible wildlife encounters. Or simply just enjoy a place that will allow you to restore your thoughts and perspectives by gazing at the beauty of God's creation that completely surrounds you. The question is, what will your story look like?